The Last Letter. In a quiet village, nestled between fading hills and thick, whispering forests, lived a boy named Aaron. He was 17, just on the edge of becoming a man, but felt like he'd been fighting the world for years already. Aaron had dreams, dreams louder than the silence in his home, dreams of writing, of stories that made people feel less alone. But in his house, feelings were not a language spoken. His father Jacob was a retired soldier, a man with hard hands and quiet eyes who woke at dawn, worked in the garden, and went to sleep without ever really speaking. He believed in strength, in silence, in surviving, and he loved his son in the only way he knew how, by putting food on the table, by never asking questions, by keeping his pain hidden behind the walls of a tough exterior. Aaron, on the other hand, was made of words. He poured his heart into notebooks, written under the covers at night with a torch, scribbling down poems and short stories that he never dared to show anyone, especially not his father. Every time he gathered the courage to speak about his dream of becoming a writer, Jacob would shut him down. "You think the world cares about how you feel?" he would say. "Be a man. Get a real job." Aaron began to hate the quiet in their house, the way the TV was always on but no one talked, the way Jacob would walk past him like he wasn't even there. And slowly, Aaron started to dream about leaving, about escaping that suffocating silence. But one cold morning changed everything. Aaron woke up expecting another day of walking past his father with unspoken words in his throat. But Jacob didn't come down for breakfast. The house was too quiet, even for them. Aaron knocked on his father's bedroom door. No answer. He pushed it open. The bed was made. The window was slightly open, letting in the wind. On the table sat a single envelope. His name was written on it in shaky handwriting. His hands trembled as he opened it. "Son, I know I haven't been the kind of father you needed. Maybe I didn't know how to be. I was trained to survive, not to feel. I spent my life fighting battles outside and ignored the one I was losing at home. But I want you to live, not just breathe, not just follow rules. Live. I read your stories when you weren't around. I saw myself in them, the broken men, the silent fathers, the lost boys. You have a gift, Aaron. I didn't say it then, but I'm saying it now. I'm proud of you. Take your words and build a world I never could. Forgive me. If not today, then someday. Love, Dad." Aaron stood in that room, numb, as the letter slipped from his fingers. Jacob was gone. The pain wasn't loud, it was quiet, like everything his father ever did. A silence that shouted louder than any scream ever could. The next day, Aaron packed his bag. He didn't have a plan, just a notebook, some money, and a burning in his chest that said, "Go." He took buses, worked in small cafes, cleaned tables during the day, and wrote at night. Rejection letters piled up, but he kept writing for his father, for himself. Years passed. He failed, then failed again, slept on floors, skipped meals, but he wrote like his life depended on it, because it did. And then one day, a small publisher took a chance on his manuscript. It was called The Last Letter. It wasn't just a book, it was a heart cracked open, a confession, a tribute, a son's cry and a father's whisper stitched together with ink and tears. The book found readers, real people, broken people, people who had fathers they didn't understand, people who had sons they didn't know how to love. The book didn't just sell, it healed. 10 years after he'd left, Aaron returned to the village. Nothing had changed, and yet everything had. He walked to the old cemetery on the hill, knelt by a weathered stone, and placed a copy of his book on the grave. He sat there quietly for a while, brushing his fingers over the name Jacob White carved in stone, and then he spoke. "You never said you were proud of me. But that letter, that was everything. I forgive you, and I love you. Always." The wind picked up. The trees rustled like they were listening, and in that silence, for the first time, Aaron didn't feel alone. Moral of the story, love doesn't always come in words. Sometimes it comes too late, but it still matters. Don't wait to be understood. Don't wait to be perfect. Follow your truth, even when no one believes in it yet, because sometimes the world needs your story more than you know.